292.7.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kayla. How are you? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button because you're gonna like what we got going on over here. So you might as well go on and subscribe. That's all I'm saying. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who are coming back, what's up, boo? What's up? I missed you guys. I hope you missed me too. Today, we're going to discuss a very serious topic that I feel there's really not that much information on, and I feel there needs to be awareness brought to it. Before we get started, I just want to do a quick mental check-in, let you guys know what's been going on. Last week, my goal was to be down to 289 and out of the 290s. As you guys see, that did not happen. I'm very close, but it didn't happen. This is real. This is a real thing. This is something that is a part of your weight loss journey, whether you had VSG, the bypass, whether you are doing this naturally without surgery, that's going to happen. You're going to set goals and you're not always going to make your goal. But I am still happy with my progress. I still lost. I just didn't lose as much as I wanted to. And I didn't gain. So for me, I had a doctor appointment just a couple days ago. And I think we've came to the conclusion I'm a slow loser, and that's just what it is. There's people who have started at my stats, and now they're already down, 35-ish pounds. I'm not quite there yet. I'm almost at my 30-pound mark, but I'm not quite there. But that doesn't mean that I should come down hard on myself. That doesn't mean that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. That doesn't mean that I'm not doing well. I'm not excelling. That just means that that's how my body is, which is why I tell you guys, do not get hung up on the number that you see on the scale. Just because the scale says one thing doesn't mean nothing. You still may have lost inches. You still may have lost or gained muscle. Like there's a lot that goes into this. So my best advice, especially if you're new, do not focus on what the scale says. I have moved now to weighing myself once a week, and I really advise you guys to do the same. If I could go longer, I would, but I can't go longer. Like I need to see what is going on. So I do it once a week. I do it on Sundays, and then I check in with you guys and let you know what my weight is. So I am still happy with the victory. I mean, it's a loss. It's not a gain. Even on my, like I said in the past, on my best weeks, I couldn't lose 2, 3, 4 pounds in a week. Like, no, I couldn't lose that at all. So I'm happy with it. I'm going to try again next week, and I'm just going to set the same goal until I get there. So next Sunday, I still hope to be in the 280s, at least 289. I'd like to be around 287, 288, but we're just going to see what happens and go from there. So just real quick, I was in a car accident recently. I know. So I bought this truck. I was looking for a hoopty. It's not a hoopty at all. It's actually a really nice truck. It was an old man who owned it. He bought it brand new, one owner. It's a 2009 Ford Explorer Eddie Bauer edition. Super nice, like really, really nice truck. So I bought that with the intention that that's what I would drive in like the daytime when I had errands to run, because these people in Omaha, you guys, they cannot fucking drive. Like these people cannot drive. So I would, on my way to work and stuff, like I'd see accident after accident after accident. So I was so scared that my car that I put a lot of work into, I slapped some really nice rims on her. Like my car, my souped up little Optima doesn't get in any wrecks or anything. I park her and I drive my truck. So thank God I was driving my truck. But as I'm going up this hill on this busy street, on one of the busier streets in Omaha, like it's a steep hill. Like the lady rear-ended me. So I'm like, how do you, on a steep hill, how do you and the way she rear-ended me, like her driver's side hit my passenger side back in. I know exactly what she was doing. She was texting, which is why I tell you guys, do not text and drive. Do not be on the phone. Focus on the road, especially when it is rush hour traffic. Needless to say, point of the story, I do not have Allstate. She had Allstate. If you're looking for a good insurance company, I'm not going to talk bad about who I currently have, but all I'm going to say is this. I might be switching to Allstate when my 6 months is up. I buy my insurance 6 months at a time because I get a discount. I might be going to Allstate because these people took such good care of me. Like, It's not even been a full week. It's been a few days. They've already got my payout. They've already got stuff sent over to the body shop. The body shop just needs to contact me. I take my vehicle down there. They've already got my rental car set up. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, you already got the rental car set up. Well, I haven't taken the car down. She goes, that's fine. Just as soon as you get the car down there, you call us, let us know, and we'll go ahead and the paperwork is approved. You can go pick your rental car. Like, Allstate took care of me. So if you're looking for a good insurance company, this is not sponsored. Allstate, you could sponsor me. I would appreciate it. But I'm not even a customer of theirs. I'm just so impressed at how friendly they were, how kind they were, the customer service. Mind you, I work in finance. I deal with insurance companies all the time, and a lot of them are jerks, a-holes, and it takes sometimes weeks to get a person's car fixed at because they want to argue and go back and forth. So I just was shocked at, like, granted, I was the not at fault party. She was, because she rear-ended me. Still though, they could have been rude and they weren't. They were so freaking nice. So if you guys are looking for a nice insurance company, something smooth, I don't care if I don't even know if they're a little pricey. I haven't checked their price, but they are worth it. Like, I'm probably going to be switching to Allstate. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video today. I'm going to bring it up because I feel that it is vital, especially if you're considering weight loss surgery as an option for you. You guys, food addiction is real. Food addiction is a real thing. If I sat here and told you that food addiction didn't bother me, food addiction didn't contribute to my weight gain, food addiction didn't contribute to my relationship with food and how it was, it's now changing, but I'm still addicted to food. I think I went into this thinking, you know, I'll get surgery and then that will stop like my cravings, my addiction to food. It doesn't. Yeah, maybe the first couple weeks because you're in pain, you just don't feel like eating, you're nauseous, you're this, you're that. But now that everything has healed and everything has settled down, you still crave food. You still have a taste for this, a taste for that. It's a matter of you saying, I don't want that. I don't need that. I'm working hard at my goals. I don't want it. If you think that getting this surgery, you're just going to fly by and fly under the food addiction radar and it's never going to bother you and you're not going to think about it, you're setting yourself up for extreme failure. To be honest with you guys, a lot of times food addiction comes from underlying issues, whether it be something in your childhood, something traumatic that happened to you, something connects you to food. For me, I wouldn't say that it's anything traumatic. I didn't have a traumatic childhood, but food was always a way that as a family we bonded. Big dinners at Christmas, big dinners at Thanksgiving, big Super Bowl parties, big appetizer platters and dessert platters and meal platters, and it's like you finish one plate and you turn around and there's other foods that you didn't even get to try because Aunt Sue and Sue bought this and Uncle so-and-so bought that and Aunt Nina made this and Grandma made that and Mom cooked this, and there's so much food. Food for me growing up was a way that we connected, we bonded. Especially, I told you guys in previous videos, me and my mom used to love to go to like new restaurants, new places that just opened, or we'd have our favorite Mexican restaurant, or we'd go shopping and and that was a way that we bonded, was through food. I don't think it always has to be like something traumatic happened to you, which is why you feel comforted with food. For me, I simply feel comforted even though now I can't eat it. Like, for example, my sister's baby shower. I still felt comfort in going there and watching other people eat because it brings everyone together. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's weird that you think of food as a way that people, human beings, bond with one another, but it is. And it's something that you really, really, really need to get a handle on. And I only say that because, like I said, at first, no, you're not going to be able to eat things. But, you know, a month out or 2 months out, 3 months out, 6 months out, you can have things that you shouldn't be having. It's easy to have some chips. I'm a month and a half out and I've had chips. Not gonna say I've had a whole bag of chips, but I've had a few of, like my son had some hot Cheetos, so I had like 3 or 4 of his hot Cheetos. Now, for me, I am really working hard on my food addiction. I'm working really hard at understanding that it's not food's fault. It's not food's responsibility to say, Kayla, you don't need that whole bag of me. You only need a few of me and you'll be fine. No, it's not food's job to do that. That's my job. And that's where I'm at. And that's what I'm learning. I don't ever want to get to the point where I feel like my addiction is so bad I have to shut myself in my room and hide myself from the world because I can't be around food. I can't handle it. I'll fall into temptation. No, you need to know that you can go out, you can have, that's why as much as some of you may disagree, that is why I promote, if you want something, have it. Don't sit up and eat the whole thing. There's a difference. There's a difference in me saying, I really want a piece of cheesecake. And then you don't give yourself the piece of cheesecake, and you may go 2-3 months, 4, 5, 6 months, and you don't eat that piece of cheesecake. You know what's going to happen? You're going to snap. You're going to break. Your addiction is going to take over, and your mind is going to say to hell with it, and you're going to eat the whole freaking thing of cheesecake. It's better to look at this as, I'm an adult. I can make smart choices. I can have a bite or 2 of the cheesecake. It satisfied my craving. You eat slow. You have to eat slow, especially after your sleeve. You eat it slow, enjoy it, and leave it alone. I was asked, and I've been asked this several times. I love sweets. I don't know if I can do this. This is really hard. I don't know what to do about my sweet cravings. It's not cravings, it's food addiction. And it's not a simple thing to overcome. I can't sit here and tell you guys that I don't crave Chinese food. I don't crave my hot Cheetos. I don't crave cheesecake. I'm not going to sit up and tell you guys that because that's a lie. But what I found is I'm so proud of myself because I'm finding ways to make the things that I love, but I'm finding ways to do it healthy. For example, and this does tie into food addiction because you're breaking it. You're breaking it by changing habits. You're breaking it by changing your lifestyle. I love like pumpkin lattes and pumpkin cheesecake and pumpkin pie and pumpkin muffins. Like, I love pumpkin bread. I love pumpkin everything. Like, fall time is my favorite time of the year because I love pumpkin everything, literally. And that was before the whole pumpkin thing was a thing. Like, as a kid, my grandma and my mom used to make the best pumpkin bread, and oh my God, I love pumpkin seeds. Like, I love pumpkin. And I found myself having a hard time the other day because we were in the store, and my son loves pumpkin bread too. So we were in the store, and I said, no, I just want to get out of here because Hy-Vee was packed that day. I said, Monty, we don't need pumpkin bread. And I had to stop and think to myself, you know, he's just a kid. Not only that, but he wants to have a piece of pumpkin bread. His grandma loved pumpkin bread. She's not here anymore. I know what my mom would say. Mom, or Kayla, give him a piece of pumpkin bread. So instead of buying the big loaf that they have at Hy-Vee, they have a mini loaf. So I bought a mini loaf because it's just him and my dad. And there was just enough there for him and my dad. And I thought to myself, as I was watching them, I'm like, God, I really want a piece of that pumpkin bread. But I know myself, and I know that it's not good for me. I don't want that. That's not the route that I'm trying to go down. So I did some research, and I went to the store. I got all organic items. I got some coconut flour. I got some sugar substitute. I got all kinds of stuff. And I made these low-carb, sugar-free, keto-friendly cream cheese pumpkin muffins. And I'm so proud of myself. That is listed over on my Instagram, which you can follow me there at I am Kayla Armani. I'm trying to post more recipes and stuff, you guys, because a part of breaking your food addiction is not necessarily saying goodbye to the foods that you love. Find ways to make them that are healthier. Now, granted, am I going to sit up and eat, there was 12 muffins that it made. Am I going to sit up and eat all 12 muffins because they're lower in carbs and no sugar? No. I'm going to have one, and it satisfied me, and I'm okay. Not to mention they're loaded with protein, but that's a whole nother story. I'm gonna have one and I'm okay. You have to be realistic with yourself. You can't say, I'm never gonna go to a restaurant again. I'm never gonna eat out again. I'm never gonna have a burger again. I'm never gonna have a hot dog again. Like, you can't, it's not real. It's not real. And maybe you can. Maybe you are that disciplined that you can do that. But for most people who are like me, that's not real. But what I can do is I can find ways to make it healthy. I can find ways that even though I want that burger so bad, that big juicy burger between that, I can still have that big juicy burger. But I'm going to cook it with lean turkey. I'm going to still season it the same. I'm going to use lean turkey though. And instead of that big piece of bread that makes you feel disgusting anyways, because even before my dieting, bread made me feel nasty, I'm going to use lettuce. Hello, everyone says iceberg doesn't have any nutritional value to it. Yes, it does. It provides vitamin K. Did you know that? Like, you guys, start researching food. What I have found during this journey is that you can make anything healthy. It is not that deep. You want a piece of chocolate? You're craving a piece of chocolate? Have a piece of chocolate. 85% dark. At first it might be nasty, but you get used to it. It's not that deep. You want a piece of angel food cake. They make sugar-free, keto-friendly angel food cake with low carb, no sugar. You want a pumpkin spice latte. Make you a pumpkin spice latte. They make sugar-free creamer. They make sugar-free syrup. They make sugar-free sugar. I mean, you guys, food addiction does not have to overpower you to the point where you start falling into habits that you once had and you're eating shit. It doesn't have to be that way. In this day and age, in 2020, let me tell you something. There are so many ways that you can make things. There are so many different variations. There's YouTube. There's Google. There's so many resources that we have out here. Why are you not using your resource? Why are you complaining and crying and reaching out for help when it's very simple that all you have to do is eat what you want, but switch it up? You want to have beef and broccoli. Okay. So I was even at the store and found that you can make like a gravy. Don't use your grease and stuff, but it's like you can make gravy using sea moss, and that is to thicken it, and it's healthy. Listen, you guys are going to get mad at this statement, and it is what it is. In this day and age, in 2020, with all the resources that are out here, if you are choosing to continue to eat poorly, if you are choosing to continue to put things in your mouth that you have no business, or not trying to substitute sugars, or not trying to substitute salts, or not trying to do anything, you are just complete and utter lazy. And if you think weight loss surgery is going to do you justice, you're going to waste your time. Because let me tell you something. I told you guys, I witnessed somebody in a support group who had lost almost 300 pounds, turned around and gained most of it back. You can gain your weight back. Weight loss surgery is not a fix-all. Weight loss surgery is not the end-all be-all, and it's the cure that's going to change everything. Weight loss surgery is an excellent tool that will help you if you choose to help you. But if you choose not to help you, how do you expect the tool to help you? How? Yes, food addiction is real, and it sucks, because the difference between food addiction and alcoholism, we need food to live. You don't need a beer to live. You don't need an ounce of vodka to live. You don't need Hennessy to live. You don't need heroin to live. You don't need marijuana to live. It helps. And no, I'm not a marijuana smoker, but I know kids with cancer and stuff, I have seen that, yes, marijuana helps. But you don't need that stuff to live. You need food to live. My best advice, you guys, is if you are battling a food addiction, get down to the root cause. Figure out why? Am I really hungry, or am I upset about something deep down inside that I haven't talked about that I need to fix? Am I really hungry, or am I bored? That's probably something that I ask my son all the time, at least once a day. Mommy, I'm hungry. Are you hungry or are you bored, Armani? Which one are you? Because I guarantee you're not hungry. You're probably bored. Go find something to do. And I take my own advice. There's days where I sit here and I'm like, ooh, some whatever sounds good. And I have to tell myself, Kayla, are you hungry or are you bored? Go find something to do. When you start to, feel hunger pains and you start to, if you know good and darn well that you're not hungry, tell yourself that. Lisa, are you hungry or are you bored? Go find something to do. There's a million things you could be doing. Go outside and go for a walk if you're hungry. Go gardening. And I'm not saying this to be rude. I'm not saying this to put anybody down. I'm not saying this. This is all from personal experience, you guys. I didn't get 323 pounds out of nowhere. No, I got 323 pounds at one point because I was sitting up doing nothing every day but eating and being depressed. Eating and using food as an excuse, using food as my crutch. Not wanting to deal with my mother's death. That set me over the top. I gained an extra 15 pounds, almost 20 actually, after she passed away. And I had to get myself in check and I had to say, Kayla, Mom would be pissed. Why are you sitting up eating all this food? Why are you sitting up doing this to yourself? And sometimes, as weird as it may be, go to your bathroom, look yourself in the mirror and ask, what is your problem? What is your problem? And fix it. We all go through stuff. We all had something, even though I haven't had, super traumatic experience. I've had experiences in my life. I've had losses in my life. I just choose now to look myself in the mirror and face it head on. There is no hiding under a bag of chips. There is no hiding under a box of cookies. There is no hiding under a case of soda. Because you know what? If you don't fix it, you're going to inevitably die. You may not die from being heavy, but high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol. And I know everyone says, well, we're all going to die at some point anyways, but why not try to be the best you can be while you're here on this earth? That's something that you really have to internalize it, digest it. Why not try to be the best you that you can be while you are here on this earth? Now really think about that. We don't know when we're going to die. I never in a million years thought my mom would leave me at 28 years old. I need her here. God needed her more, so I have to accept it. But if I would have sat there and I would have continued to just eat and eat and eat and eat, and no more going to my weight loss appointments, no more meeting with my nutritionist, no more meeting with my doctor, just whatever, throw it all away, don't care, and just continue to eat, who's to say that I wouldn't live another, who's to say I wouldn't live another 60 years? My grandpa lived till he was 98 almost. My dad's dad. So who's to say that I'm not going to live another 50, 60 years? You really want to make yourself even more unhealthy? Because you figure, oh, well, I'm going to die anyways. My weight's going to take me out anyways. What if it doesn't? You want to be 1,000 pounds for the next 50 years? I don't think it would last that long, but you never know. You're not God. I'm not God. No. Sometimes when we try to cause harm to ourselves, we forget that we are not the maker. The maker will tell us when it is our time. And I'm not willing. It doesn't matter. If I pass away in the next 5 years, at least I can say these last 5 years, I really worked hard on my health and I was the best me. I dug deep and I tried to fix problems that I have internally. And I tried to figure out, why am I so connected to food? And I found a way to disconnect from it. This is the first time in my life, you guys, that I have truly disconnected from food. This is the first time in my life that I have literally been sitting in my room and I'm like, oh God. Ooh, Jesus, I want a Mountain Dew so bad. Oh God, I want a Mountain Dew so bad. and I don't do it. This is the first time. I have never listened to the cravings in my head, listened to the cravings on my tongue and in the back of my throat, and not fed into them. And it feels amazing because it's breaking habits, and you guys can do it too. You have to come to the realization that unlike alcohol and drugs, you need food to live. But food can kill you just like alcohol and drugs, and that unfortunately is the truth. You must get a handle on it. And I know what you're going to say, well, it's easier said than done. You're right, it is. But you don't want to be unhappy for the rest of your life. You're not God. I'm not God. Your mom's not God. Your dad's not God. Your friend's not God. No one can tell you how long you have on this earth. So whether it be you got 6 days to live or you got 60 years to live, try to live that time being the best possible you can be. This has nothing to do with cosmetic. This has nothing to do with I was unconfident and that's why I decided to get weight loss surgery and try to be healthy and lose shape and get in shape and lose weight and all that. It has nothing to do with confidence, you guys. I was tired of food taking over my life. I was tired of food taking over my days. I'm like, at one point I said, am I ever going to feel full? Am I ever just going to be able to have a day with my girls where we go shopping and, they can stop and get a little beverage and I don't have to get something to eat? It was a point like we would literally say, okay, let's get up. We're just going to grab coffee. And I'd have to grab a muffin with the coffee. I'd have to. Like, there was no if, ands, or but, no way around it. We couldn't go to a restaurant and they just get a side salad. Like, I had to have the whole meal. And I had to finish the whole meal. Like, there was something internally that, like, I had to finish the whole meal. And after weight loss surgery, you guys, all of that is going to change and you're going to love it. You're going to love it. And I'm telling you, you're going to love it because you feel so free of food. Do you know how exhilarating it feels putting just a little bit of food on my plate like a lady, feminine? And I'm not pretending, because we've all been on that date where we try to have a little salad. Oh, I'm full. No, a good and damn well we ain't full. But do you know how exhilarating it feels to just have a little bit of food on your plate and you eat it and there's leftovers and you look at it, I'm full? It makes me emotional because I never in a million years thought that I would be able to break my food addiction. My food addiction was so bad that no matter how full I was, I always had room. That's why I always used to ask myself, am I ever going to truly feel full? Because no matter how full I was, if I still had a half a plate of food, I would still finish it. And now I've learned that it's okay to put the fork down and walk away. It is okay. It is okay to not sit there and stuff yourself until you feel like a whale that can't even get up. There's a signal that goes off, you guys. And my doctor, he's taught me this even before my surgery, that there's a signal in your stomach that once you've eaten enough, your signal will tell your brain, okay, I'm not hungry anymore. And that's when you should stop. And I couldn't find that signal even before my surgery. I found the signal. Eat 3, 4, 5 bites. If you haven't had the sleeve, eat half your plate. You're not hungry. You're not going to tell me you're hungry. Even if you haven't had weight loss surgery and you don't plan on having it. If you eat half your plate of food and drink water with it, you're not hungry. You're not going to tell me you're hungry. Because my stomach, if I eat a few bites, I know when to stop before I get uncomfortably full and I throw up. So you're not going to tell me by eating half your plate of food and drinking water along with it that you're not hungry. That you're still hungry, I mean. You're not hungry. It's because we have been coached. We have been coached that we have to eat everything on our plate. We have to. We got to eat it. No, we don't. So some starters to start breaking food addiction. This is the best advice that I can give you guys. Start leaving something on your plate. And don't feel bad about it. Do not feel guilty. Do not think about it. In fact, leave a little bit on your plate. Don't eat your whole plate. Eat just a little bit of food or whatever. If you haven't had the sleeve and you got a bigger stomach, eat your food. Leave some of your food on that plate. Get up and put that food in the trash can. I don't care if you say, well, there's people out here who haven't ate. Listen to me. You have to break your food addiction. Eat your food off your plate and make sure you leave some food on your plate. Drink you some water. Take your plate, pick it up, and throw the rest of that food in the trash can, and do not think about it no more. Try very hard not to think about it anymore. If you get hungry, 9 times out of 10, especially after a meal, you're not hungry, you're head hunger. You're bored. Either find something to do, go for a walk, chew gum. I love sugar-free gum. Try it, all that sugar-free. Chew gum. But do not go in there and make you another plate. And if you are really hungry, even after a meal, have an apple. Have some grapes. You have to make better choices. And that's just the bottom line. You have to make better choices. Even me, just because I had the sleeve, just because I had my stomach cut out does not mean I don't get hungry even after I have a meal. In fact, I probably get more hungry than you do now. Because I can only eat a teeny tiny bit, and then a couple hours later, oh, I'm hungry again. But instead of going in the snack closet, as I used to call it, and just eating ridiculous, I would even make stuff like ridiculous. I would even make stuff. I can remember, like, I'm talking 10, 11 o'clock at night. I'm in here making grits with extra heavy cream, butter, sugar. Like, I look back now and I'm like, what was I doing? Like, no. If I'm hungry now and it's really like I really am hungry and I need something, I'll go make myself a protein shake. I'll go get myself a piece of fruit, a piece of watermelon, something. And I go to bed, which brings me into my next tip of advice. If you're a late night snacker like I was, go to bed every night. Say, okay, I'm gonna go shower. 9:30, no one bother me. I'm going to bed. That'll break a food addiction real quick. If you're not up at night, you're sleeping. You're not thinking about food. You're in a whole nother galaxy. You're in a whole nother spectrum of your mind. You're not thinking about food. Go to bed. When you're up late, all hours of the night, watching TV, you're wanting to snack. So by going to bed, that eliminates all of that. The next tip that I have for you guys, and this is going to be a big one. Find ways to make the foods that you love, but find ways to make them healthy. I wanted a pumpkin muffin from Starbucks. I made one here at the house. It tasted just as good and it was loaded with protein. All kinds of protein powder was put up in that. Find ways. There's ways, you guys. If you want, for example, I wanted Chinese food the other day. Granted, we didn't have it, but I had stuff at home. I had broccoli at home. I had steak at home. So what did I do? I made beef and broccoli here at the house and it tasted amazing. Which brings me to my next point. Stop eating out. And as much as I know it's annoying because we love to eat out, I love to eat out. Hell, if I sit here and told you I didn't, I'd be a liar. But I have learned so much this past couple months from eating at home. You save money, like, you guys. I literally think I was spending like $20, $30 a day on food. I'd get up in the morning, I'd stop on my way to work, grab my coffee, so there's $6 there. At lunch, have a meal, there's $12 there for a meal. Could be a little snack on the way home, there's another $5, $6. Why? And you're paying for junk. You're paying for garbage. You're paying for something that has absolutely no value to your body whatsoever. Start making your food at home. Stop going and giving your money to these restaurants. Get your ingredients so you know what's in your food. Which brings me to my next point, which is the biggest point. Start to look at food as fuel. And I'm telling you this before you even get started, or if you're in the process of your journey. After you have weight loss surgery, this is mostly for my weight loss surgery people, but it doesn't matter if you haven't had surgery or if you're going to have surgery, even if you're not going to have surgery. This is so important. Food is not always meant to be for pleasure. Food is for fuel. That's why there's a difference between drugs, alcohol, and food. You don't need drugs and alcohol. You need food. Food is fuel to your body. So put the best things in there that you can. I don't even get my cottage cheese at Aldi's anymore, you guys, because I've done so much research on clean eating. I don't, because all that junk that is in their cottage cheese. If you want to know, let me tell you something. If you want to know how clean something is, turn it over and look at the ingredients. Peanut butter is an excellent way. If you turn your peanut butter ingredients over and they say peanuts, salt, water, whatever, oil, if those are the only few ingredients in it, it's pretty good peanut butter. If you go and you turn around and it's got hexanulum gum and this, that, and the third, probably not good for you to be putting in your body. I'm just saying. If you guys went and bought, I think of my body like this now, and this is just the easiest way to explain it. If I go out and I spend $250,000 on a car, okay? Am I going to go to the gas station and put cheap gas in it? Am I going to go to the gas station and put that E85 in my brand new $250,000 car? Am I? Are you? I didn't think so. So why would you put a bunch of junk in your body? Start looking at labels. You guys will be really surprised. That really, in fact, it grossed me out. When I really started researching what some of this stuff was, and colorings and flavors and where they get these flavors and where they get these, and we're eating that. Why do you want to fuel your body with that? Your body needs protein. Even if you're vegan, there's plenty of plant-based proteins that you can put into your body. Your body needs calcium. Your body needs hydration. Your body needs nourishment. Burger King is not giving you nourishment. So when you're craving a burger, oh, I want a burger so bad. Think, is that soy patty burger or whatever that is that's covered in grease and processed cheese on top of a big freaking carbohydrate infested bun that was probably on the verge of being moldy that they got from the back? Do you really want to put that in your body and fuel your body with that? Hell, even if you do want fast food, make better choices. Panera has got excellent salads. Go get you a salad from Panera. I'd rather you fuel your body with that than McDonald's. You have to think of ways to fuel your body, you guys. Your body is your temple. Love yourself. I don't care who told you what. I don't care who called you ugly. I don't care who called you fat. I don't care who told you you're not worth it. I'm telling you they're incorrect and you're worth it. And you need to treat yourself as such. It doesn't matter what anyone says about you. You are you. God gave you that body. God gave you that face. God gave you that beautiful set of hair. God gave you those beautiful eyes, those beautiful lips, your beautiful skin complexion. I don't care if you're black, white, or candy stripe. Love yourself. And when you truly, that brings me to the last and final point of how you can try to work on overcoming food addiction. When you truly love yourself and you truly dig deep inside of deeply rooted issues that you haven't worked on and you haven't faced. And once you work on those issues and you start to face them and you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. I'm not going to hurt you no more. I'm not going to neglect you anymore. I'm not going to put harm to you by putting junk in you. Once you can look at yourself and you can say, I love you, how you fuel your body will be different. And that will break food addiction. Because there's nothing that your brain can tell you at that point that's going to make you risk putting a McDonald's chicken nugget in your mouth. I had a chicken nugget from Burger King. I took one of my son's chicken nuggets from Burger King, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to try it because I'm hungry and I don't care. And my old mind started to come back. I'm hungry and I don't care what it is. I just want something. You know what? I felt so nasty. I felt so disgusting off of one chicken nugget that I found myself in the bathroom. It upset my stomach so bad, I found myself in the bathroom for a half hour for one chicken nugget. And I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, you know what? I'm sorry, Kayla. I won't do that to you again. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I won't do that to you again. Love yourself. Love yourself enough that you're not going to fuel your body with junk. If you want a dessert, it's okay. We're human. Have a dessert. But it doesn't mean that you sit up and eat the whole pie. And don't tell me that that's not possible, because I used to do the same shit. We could never have nothing. I could never have nothing in my house. I would think about it until it was 8. I would think about it until it was gone. It is the most exhilarating feeling. Being able to put just a few little scoops of something on my plate and eat it until my brain says, no more, stop. And I put my fork down and I'm done. It's exhilarating. But it's going to be exhilarating for you. You just have to go dig deep inside. Dig deep inside. I don't care, if you have to bring up issues back from 1962. If you have to bring up issues from 1941. If you need to deal with, feelings toward an ex-husband, an ex-wife, whatever that you don't want to deal with. If you have to deal with moments of going back into a time in your life where you did something that was extremely shameful that you're ashamed of. If you need to go through that in order to get past it, you need to do it. Because until you can get past some of those issues, it's going to be very hard to overcome food addiction. You know what it was for me, you guys? I never will accept the fact that my mom is gone. I miss her and I want her here. But I had to come to terms with the fact that God needed her more. There's nothing I can do about it. I must accept what has happened, and I must put my best foot forward because that's what she would want. So no matter what's happened to you, put your best foot forward. It's hard. I'm not going to sit and tell you that it's not hard. It's not easy at all. I struggle every day. And I'm sharing this with you guys because my mind was so... You guys, I thought that this surgery was going to be like, it's going to cure all my hunger. It's going to cure all my cravings. No. It hasn't. You know who has to cure that? Me, Kayla. Kayla has to get up every day and say, no, I'm not eating that bag of chips. I'm going to make me a tuna patty instead. No, I'm not eating that chocolate cake. I'm going to make me a protein shake instead. I'm going to make me a chocolate cake protein shake. A chocolate cake protein shake. Ah! I should have been a rapper. Oh, cringy. But I'm just saying, you guys, like there is light at the end of the tunnel. It may not seem like it now. You may seem like you're in a whirlwind of like, what the fuck am I going to do? It gets better, but it doesn't get better with little to no effort from you. It gets better with effort. You have to put forth effort. You have to. And like I said, in this day and age with the internet and social media, I mean, you guys, come on. There's healthy ways to make everything. Growing up as a kid, I used to love fried cauliflower. I found a way to make fried cauliflower healthy in an air fryer. Come on. I'm just saying. You've got to put forth some effort, baby. I know you don't want to. I know it's hard, but if you don't want to put forth the effort, then you must stop complaining to others about your life. You must stop complaining to others about your feet hurt, your back hurts, you're overweight, you're tired, you can't get upstairs. You must stop making other people take care of you. You must stop if you don't want to take care of yourself. Again, food addiction's real. I'm not going to sit up and tell you guys food addiction is not real. Food addiction is real. Food addiction will have you out here being 900 pounds because you didn't realize that you had food addiction. You didn't get to the root of the deep issues that you have that are causing your food addiction to spiral out of control. You must talk to somebody. If you feel that you're not strong enough to do this on your own, it is okay to reach out to a therapist. It is okay to reach out to a close friend, a close family member. Hell, if you don't have anyone to talk to, you reach out to me. I will talk to you. I will be your support. And that is a promise. You guys look all up and through these comments. You see I respond to almost every one of them. If you need to email me, if you need to DM me over on Instagram, I will respond to you. I may not be able to respond right away. Give me a minute. I will respond. You will always have support here on this channel, you guys. It's the whole reason I put it together, because this is a real outlook on what is going on. What is this surgery all about? What the weight loss journey, everything. It's not all peaches and rainbows. And a lot of times I hate social media for that, because we have people who have had weight loss surgery who won't even post their before pictures. They only post how they look a year out, 150 pounds later. But why don't you be real? And this is to those of you who are influencers, especially VSG influencers, gastric bypass influencers, weight loss surgery influencers as a whole. Post the trials and tribulations that you went through, so these people can know that this is not a walk in the park. There's a lot of misleading and a lot of misrepresentation that goes on in this community, and I am here to call it out. It's not a walk in the park. This is the hardest thing that I've ever went through in my life, on top of losing my mother. And there's somebody who's going to be out there who's going to go through the same exact thing that I am. You're going to lose a close family member. You must hold it together. You're going to lose a close friend. You're going to lose something that's close to you. A husband, divorce. There are things that happen. There are tragedies that happen. And it's not just death. You may lose your job tomorrow and you're bankrupt by next Friday. You must hold it together. And like I said, if you can't find support through anybody else, or even if you don't want nobody in your business, reach out to me. I will be here. I will talk to you. I will respond. So with that being said, just know it's not a walk in the park. It's very difficult, but you can overcome your food addiction. Okay? You can, but you have to try. You have to. You cannot make excuses. You cannot keep making excuses. I'm gonna tell you like I tell my son, excuses are like assholes. Everybody has one and don't nobody want to be around it. Period. I love you guys so much. Please be sure to like this video. It really helps other people find my videos. There's somebody out here who needs to hear what I have to say. So please like the video, even if it's just for that sole purpose. Again, I mean, I'm not gonna beg you. If you don't want to like the video, don't like the video. It's all good. But what we not gonna do is leave negative comments. We're not gonna do that. Be sure to follow me over at Instagram at I am Kayla Armani, and subscribe to the channel. You guys, turn the notification bell on so that way you can know when I'm uploading these beautiful videos. And let me tell you guys something. My videos are not scripted. I don't sit down. There's a lot of people on YouTube who sit down and they write everything on a piece of paper. I literally talk to you guys from my heart. Like, this is something that needs to be said. Nobody else is saying it. Nobody else wants to talk about it. This is something that comes from my heart. So sometimes my videos are a little scattered, but you know what? You're getting real insights. You're getting real input. You're getting real information from a real person who's going through a real situation in real time. You guys are along with me as I'm going through this. I just had surgery. I just started learning how to count calories. I just started learning how to find certain sugars and recipes and I just started learning all this stuff. You guys, I didn't know anything about this stuff a couple months ago. I didn't know what to look for when reading an ingredient label. I didn't know there was any difference in good culture cottage cheese and cottage cheese from Aldi's. Which, if you do, comment down below. You guys got to look at what you're putting in your body. It is incredible when you really start to educate yourself on nutritional value and food and what's out there. It's probably going to disgust you at several things that are in your closet or in your refrigerator or in your pantry or in your cabinet. I'm just saying, I love you guys. I will see you in my next video. Until then, see you later.